Most people think Stable Diffusion 3 is just another diffusion model. It isn't. It's built on a formulation called rectified flow, which connects noise and data with a straight line instead of a curved one. Today's paper is what made that finally work at scale. The training fix, the architecture, the scaling result. Let's walk through it. To understand what rectified flow is, we have to start with what diffusion actually does. A diffusion model defines a forward path. It takes data and slowly, step by step, adds noise until the data is gone. The model learns to invert that path. Run it backwards from pure noise, and you get a sample. The thing is, most diffusion schedules produce curved trajectories. Cosine, EDM, the linear schedule from DDPM. They all bend through space. And curved ODEs need many small integration steps to simulate well. Each step is one forward pass through the network. Errors accumulate between steps. This is why sampling is the bottleneck. Rectified flow asks a simple question. What if the path from noise to data was just a straight line? The formulation looks like this. Z at time t equals 1 minus t times your data plus t times your noise. As t goes from 0 to 1, you interpolate linearly between the two. The model learns the velocity along that path, which for any specific data and noise pair is just a constant. Straight ODEs are much easier to integrate. Fewer steps. Less error accumulation. In the theoretical limit, a single step is enough. This formulation came from Liu and collaborators in 2022. Theoretically cleaner, conceptually simpler. But until this paper, it hadn't been decisively shown to scale. So why didn't rectified flow scale earlier? One big reason is how the model is trained. At each training step, you sample a random t in 0 to 1, and you learn the velocity at that t. Here's the catch. At t near 0, the optimal prediction is just the mean of the data distribution. Easy. At t near 1, it's just the mean of the noise. Also easy. The interesting learning happens at intermediate t, where the model genuinely has to figure out the velocity field. But uniform sampling spends most of its training budget on the easy time steps. That's the bottleneck this paper attacks. The fix is small but powerful. Instead of sampling t uniformly, sample it from a logit normal distribution, peaked in the middle of 0 to 1 with soft tails out toward the endpoints. Concentrate training where prediction is actually hard. The authors run a massive ablation over sampler choices, and the best variant is a logit normal with mean 0 and scale 1. That single change outperforms every other rectified flow sampler they tried, and crucially, it also outperforms classical diffusion formulations like EDM and the linear DDPM schedule. Mathematically, this is equivalent to a time-dependent loss weighting, but framing it as a sampling change makes the implementation much cleaner. And this is the result everything else in the paper builds on. This is also exactly the kind of material that lands better once you've implemented it yourself. In my course, we build rectified flow from scratch in PyTorch, then implement Stable Diffusion 3 step by step. We load the pre-trained weights, build the inference pipeline, and you see exactly how text embeddings flow through the network and shape the generated image. Link in the description. Now, back to the paper. Now, the architecture. Stable Diffusion 3 starts from DIT, the diffusion transformer from Peebles and Xi. DIT was originally designed for class-conditional image generation. You take a class label, fuse it with the time step, and use that to modulate a stack of transformer blocks. The new architecture in this paper is called MMDIT. MM for multimodal, DIT for diffusion transformer. It modifies DIT for text to image. The text tokens and the image patch tokens go into the network as one concatenated sequence. But, and this is the key choice, the two modalities get separate weights. Each one has its own layer norms, its own linear projections, its own MLP. Two transformers running in parallel, joined only through the attention operation. Look closer at a single block. There are two parallel subblocks, one for text, one for image. Each one has its own layer norm and its own linear projections, which compute its own Q, K, and V from its own stream. Then, the key step. The queries, keys, and values from both modalities are concatenated together. Attention runs over the full joint sequence, so an image token can attend to any text token and vice versa. The outputs are then split back to their respective streams, and each one continues into its own MLP. Every block is one full attention level exchange between text and image. That's the bidirectional flow the paper title hints at. To turn a caption into something the network can use, the paper uses 3 text encoders: Clip L and Clip G, both with strong visual semantic alignment from contrastive pre-training, and T5XXL, a 4.7 billion parameter language model with much deeper textual understanding. These 3 feed into 2 different pathways. The pooled clip features fuse with the time step embedding and feed into the modulation pathway. This controls global behavior. The full sequence features from clip plus T5 feed into the joint attention inside the architecture. That's the token level conditioning. 2 pathways, 2 different jobs. This is a big part of why Stable Diffusion 3 understands prompts so much better than earlier models. And the final big result: this architecture scales. Train it bigger, and the validation loss drops monotonically. No plateaus, no instabilities. More importantly, lower validation loss correlates strongly with human preference scores. That's a really important property. It means you have a training metric you can actually trust, instead of relying on noisy human evaluations to know if your model is getting better. The largest model in the paper has 8 billion parameters, and it outperforms SDXL, Dolly 3, PixArt Alpha, every open and closed source competitor they compare against. This is the playbook from large language models finally applied to image generation. Same architecture, more compute, predictable gains. If you want to dig deeper, 3 papers in order. Start with Flow Straight and Fast by Liu, Gong, and Liu from 2022. That's the original rectified flow paper. Then read Flow Matching by Lippmann and collaborators, also 2022. Same core idea, cleaner derivation, often easier to follow. And then today's paper from ESSA and the Stability AI team makes much more sense once you have those 2 as background. And if you want to go from understanding these papers to actually building Stable Diffusion 3 yourself, my course walks you through the full pipeline in pure PyTorch. Rectified flow theory first, then the multimodal architecture from scratch. Then loading the pre-trained weights, building the inference pipeline, the reflow technique. No training required, just clean, readable code. Link in the description. Thanks for watching. Hit subscribe for more paper walkthroughs. See you in the next one.